What's up, everybody?
Good evening. Good evening to
Good
everybody
evening, guys.
watching
Let's be
in.
a more formal setting. Good evening, everybody watching. Good evening. We are once again back on a Thursday night. Usually, we'll do a weekend review for what's going to be happening on Saturday. But, Ras, football is over, man. And I feel so bored about it.
European football is over.
Yeah, European football is over, but our local football is still going on. But,
Yeah.
man, Ras, European football is what gives us life, right? That is what is the whole passion about. Raz, whenever we close the curtain down for football, right? My
Yeah.
next 2 months, the next 2 months, right, June and July is always miserable. Like the
Mm.
weekends, right? Usually I will just tell, no, I tell my girlfriend I can't go out. I want to stay home. I want to watch games. But man, this July, just June and
You
July,
have to go out.
we have
You
to
have to
go
cover
out.
your quota.
Yeah, no, you have to try to make amendments for it. But man, Russ, what do you think, man? How do you think this season's football went? Like, no, was it okay for you, or was it surprising, of the winners and all this?
Not much surprise across the board. Not no surprise in the EPL.
Yep.
Serie A was tight. Not a result I wanted, but still was tight. Uh, La Liga maybe a bit of a surprise, but I mean that one was
Mhm.
also quite open. No surprise in Bundesliga also.
Yep.
Champions League was a surprise, but that we'll speak about later. And for me, actually, whenever it comes to June, July, when the season is over,
What do
I
you do?
normally will look forward to some international tournament. Could be the World Cup or Euros, Copa America,
Ah,
things like that. But this year, no World Cup until the end of the year.
bro.
So,
Speaking of
yeah,
international, you guys just got thrashed by Argentina.
yeah, man.
And did
That
you
is
watch the game?
no.
Oh
I've got
man.
Singtel, so Singtel doesn't show the game. It's on StarHub.
Ah, all right, all right.
Yeah,
So Starhub. So right now Starhub is eating up everything. I'm so glad, man.
yeah.
I haven't really applied for it yet. I've got to go and apply for it.
Yeah, me too,
So
me too. I haven't applied for it. By all the deal clincher could be whether StarHub has recording features or not. Because
recording features. Oh yeah,
yeah,
we used to have that before, right? No record
they
and all
used to
this.
have it. Yep, but
Yep.
I'm not too sure whether they have it now or not. The last I
Okay.
checked, they didn't, and that was the deal clincher. So my family, the ladies in the family, they would want to watch their dramas and all that.
Yeah,
So
they like to do recordings and all. But
yeah,
Russ, it's just you and me for now. But then we
yeah,
will be joined by Cal and a special guest later around
yes.
9:30. Then we'll be doing that. So for now, guys, we have got about 4 million people watching us. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube, Instagram, and whatever YouTube, Instagram, Facebook as well.
Twitter as well.
Twitter as well. We're on all social platforms. Less TikTok. We're still considering if we should go in there. But rest assured, please subscribe to all our other platforms. And without further ado, Russ, we are going to kickstart the first league itself. And this league, it went down to the extreme wire, man. It's like the
Your
wire of
favorite league,
all
everyone's favorite
wires.
league.
Yeah, I think this is the league where everyone is saying that it is the best league in the world. And
Mm.
and without and without a doubt, it is the best. Look at the table, Ras. Look at the top two teams. All right. Just eliminate Liverpool a bit first. All right. Just look at Man City, 93 points. All right. And look at Chelsea's 74 points.
Mm.
Man, that's like a whooping 19 points, man, Ras.
Yeah,
And I can't fathom or dissect to how good Man City and Liverpool are these days, and they are just miles above the rest of the 18 teams. It's no match, but it was an
mm.
extraordinary last day of the game. Remember, we were watching the game when City took the lead. Oh, sorry, when Wolves took the lead in the first. I think the first 5 minutes they took the lead, and
Yes.
they were going at it. Liverpool was like going at it. Do you ever thought that Wolves were going to run away with it with like all 3 points?
No, no. At most, I would say. I mean, if Wolves had beaten Liverpool, I think that would have been a shock. I watched the highlights because I didn't watch that game. Of course, I stayed true to Manchester United and watched them.
Same, man.
For watch them in the for the first half at least. Then I had to switch to the Inter's match. So that one was crucial match for me. But yeah, so watching that match, I got news that okay, Wolves had taken the lead, and then on the other hand, Villa had taken the lead. I say okay, but you never had the feeling that Wolves are gonna beat Liverpool or at
Yes.
least hold. If I would say if they had beaten Liverpool or hold them to draw, I think it would have been an achievement. But looking at the highlights, watching the highlights again, I thought Wolves had quite good chances to sew up the game. They could have
Yeah, true.
really, broken Liverpool's hearts on that day. But again, that's probably the season for most teams. A lot of teams they play against Liverpool, they have chances, they don't take it. Liverpool punish you. That's a sign of a very good team there.
Yep.
And just want to speak a bit on the disparity talked about. The reason why I don't consider it the best league in the world, and I don't consider any league
Yeah, you always.
the best league today, is because every league tends to have this one or two teams that will run away with it. And
Yep.
you see, look at last season, how many points City had over the second place team, which was United. It
Hmm.
was like double figures lead over United. And no doubts, I think Liverpool and City have been the best teams in England over the last 3-4 years. No doubts at all. I think they've got incredible consistency. I call it the robotic consistency,
Oh
because
my.
we've seen, I mean, both of us United fans, and especially me, I've seen United from the early 90s, and when they first won the Premier League, and from that season onwards, I know, you know the champion teams normally have something human about them, some flaw about them, that something that makes them vulnerable, so they might lose some games here and there, and give someone else a chance to overtake them and pip them. But then these two teams, Chelsea, Liverpool, wow, fantastic consistency. Their consistency is like probably better than Arsene Wenger and Arsenal's Invincibles, Jose Mourinho's Chelsea, all these teams, and all the United teams. In terms of consistency, it's incredible the way these two teams have that level. Wow.
True,
And I think
true.
at the start of the season, also a lot of people were tipping Chelsea to challenge these two teams strongly. A number of people, I would say, were tipping Chelsea to even win the league. And I
Yes.
thought maybe, yeah, Chelsea. I never said Chelsea would win the league, but I thought at least okay, we'll have a closer title fight this season. Three teams race to the end, but Chelsea faltered. They started well, but they couldn't
Yeah.
maintain the momentum, and they couldn't maintain this run that the City and Liverpool are capable of.
Lukaku also couldn't really
Yeah,
step
it
foot
all
in
it
the.
all started from that interview he made. Once he made
Yeah.
that interview, his
It
form also
is.
dip. Chelsea's form dipped as well, and then Chelsea has this off-field matters about Abramovich uh, having to sell the club. So
Yeah.
they had all that to battle with as well. But yeah, that's that. And as I said, while it's credit to City and Liverpool, I also got to give credit to Liverpool, because at one point he was even looking title, and then they suddenly dropped 1-2 points, and Liverpool were there to take advantage. So fantastic job by Liverpool. Fantastic job by Liverpool,
Look at
and
that. Look at that. Talking about Liverpool, and here comes our brother
a
Joe.
Liverpool fan, right?
And we've got Liverpool fan here, is telling us not to go. Hi, hello, cutie. There's another small
Hello,
United fan, up and
hello, say
coming in the
hello.
making. It's such a cutie.
Yeah,
Russ,
he wants to
if
join in.
you were telling me, but I literally felt that Liverpool was going to win the league. You know why? When
Uh-huh.
City went 2-0 up, Coutinho, because I was watching, I was watching United game, and then the moment City went 2-0, sorry, when Villa went 2-0 up, I switched channel, and I was thinking, oh my God, this is history in the making, because Villa was playing so well. They defended as a unit, they attacked as a unit. It was really, really exciting to watch now, because when you were watching United game, it was really dry. Our
Yeah,
boys were just clueless. They didn't know
yeah.
what to do.
Nothing
Got
much to say.
3 goals in 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True. I mean, I of course, as I say, I wasn't watching that game because my attention was elsewhere. But I could hear, from the neighboring block, someone was shouting and screaming, and I thought, oh my god, I'm sure this is a Liverpool fan. Can't be a City fan. We hardly get City fans, anyways. So,
Let's not go there, bro. We have people watching.
so I say, I was thinking, oh my god, this is surely Liverpool winning the league or something. They've already taken the lead. So, I was like thinking, wow, this could have been, like what you say, a sinking kind of feeling
Yeah.
that, okay, Liverpool's going to win the league. Oh my God, City's thrown it away. But then later, at the end of the match, I catched up on what happened. Then I realized, okay, he could have been shouting because Aston Villa took the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Villa made it 2-0 because Liverpool didn't score until probably late in the game.
No, they equalized and then they did it. They
Yeah.
equalized and then the manager Raz, you got a reply from this guy here. I think it's a friend.
Hey, Remy. Oh, you're a City fan. Okay. I always thought you were a Serie A fan, Remy. Or you could have been both. Well, okay. I didn't know where your allegiance lie in England,
Oh,
Remy.
bye.
All right.
Remy, if
But,
you're
but it's
free,
nice to
man,
know.
join
Actually,
us.
anyways, I always say it's nice to know City fans who have been fans for like long time. Like from the time I started supporting United. The 90s and all that time. If you've been a fan that long, wow, kudos to you.
It is what it is, bro. Oh, bro, look at that. More coming up.
Oh, he is the founder. Oh, you're the founder of Man City SG. Oh man, always thought the founder was Haizam.
Yeah, man. I always thought the founder was Haizam. Remy, do you know anybody by the name called Haizam?
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. Haizam's a well-known character.
Man, Remy, huh? That's interesting. I mean, I'm gonna go ask Haizam, man, tonight
Yeah,
later.
you say Haizam's my buddy.
Haizam's my buddy. All right, man, Remy. We will send your regards to Haizam. We both ran it together.
Oh,
Yeah, man. We
right,
should have
right.
you both on show together someday, man. City, 5 titles in four. Sorry, 4 titles in 5 seasons. Liverpool, pinching up the runner-ups for both Champions League and EPL. With that said, I think EPL is coming to an end. And Russ, I'm just gonna go on a quick run. Okay, hypothetically speaking, okay, with all the transfers that's happening, rumors here and there, Salah leaving, Mane
Do you
leaving,
want
blah
to talk
blah
about
blah.
the rest of the league, like
Yeah, we're gonna
who got into
we're
the
gonna
Champions League?
yeah, we're gonna talk about that as well. But I'm just gonna have a quick discussion with you. With all the transfers rumors coming up, do you think it will be a repeat of City winning the league again next season?
I think it probably will go down to the two of them again, City and Liverpool.
All right, man.
I
Okay.
mean, now I know the rumors like Liverpool might lose money and who Salah probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, two great players for them. But the thing about Liverpool is they're a team that and City for that matter, they sign players and they sign the players that they want. The manager wants.
That fits the system, huh?
Yeah, it
Yep.
fits the system. The manager has time to get them to bed into the system because some players take a bit longer, and we don't notice it. We don't notice it that okay, this guy is actually taking a bit longer to get to gel into the system, but it comes in all quite smooth for these two managers, and I think credit to them for doing that. And at the moment, like everything's going for you, right? All these kind of things just fall in place.
Definitely, man. Definitely. All right. Now we're gonna hit the next one, which is the Champions League. Raz, I'm always
Champions
going
League,
to
yeah,
ask you. Tottenham, Conte.
yeah,
Congrats to them. They made it to the Champions
yeah.
League. But um, I have my doubts on Tottenham, but I do not have my doubts on Conte though.
Mm.
Do you think he would stay? Two questions though. Do you think he would stay in Tottenham? And if he did, do you think this Tottenham side with Antonio Conte will go far in the Champions League?
100% Conte staying because if he's not staying by now, he was gone, and Perisic wouldn't have joined Tottenham. So 100% he's staying because I'm sure he'd have got the reassurances that he needed from the board that he was going to make signings and all that jazz. So yeah, I'm sure he's going to stay. But I'll tell whoever is a Tottenham fan watching this, don't put your hopes up on Tottenham in the Champions League because Conte doesn't do well in the Champions League. But
Oh
in a
my.
way, it could be a blessing in disguise if Spurs, like don't do well, they falter, get out of the Champions League early. They could actually reserve that energy for the Premier League, and you never know what you might get. He could be someone that might challenge the top two.
Mm-hmm.
Even Chelsea, maybe if they've ironed out all the differences and they got the right players, especially a right striker for them that can score goals,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe added a bit more depth in their squad. Again, Thomas Tuchel's a very good manager. I really want to see a league where, for me, you say best league in the world. I want to see a league where, not just two teams or one team is running for the title. I want to see like three, four, five, six teams. And in that equation, I want to see, Arsenal's got to be better. Manchester United's got to be better. Spurs got to be better. Even teams like Everton, Wolves, all these teams, they got to be better. All these guys got to be way better than they are right now to make it really competitive, and then you won't see teams with like 90 plus points every season. It's ridiculous. The number of games City win with a big margin as well. Of course they play well and they deserve to win that, with that big margin, and they've got players that can finish. Of course that's also another reason why they win by a big margin. But again, it's a two-sided game, right? Got to look at the opponents as well.
It is what it is, bro. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah, it is.
difficult to find
That is
such
true.
leagues. Look at that German league. One day, German league is done
Yeah,
and dusted easily. French league is
easy.
done and dusted easily. The only
French
league
league,
probably,
sometimes you might get one or two
yeah, I think
surprise
the other
season.
time, I think Lille won the league. Yeah,
Yeah, last season Lille won it.
yeah, Lille won the
Yeah, you
league.
might
So
get
it was
one or
pretty
two
good.
like that, lah. French league.
It was pretty good. And then I was telling them, some of my friends who watch French football, I think I think there was once in your in one of the Facebook posts. I think some you were talking about no best league in the world and something, and a German
Yeah,
fan, someone who watches
yeah,
Bundesliga,
yeah,
was coming in
yeah.
and said, "No, look, it's the amount of games that they play in the German league." But I don't know. I kind of beg to differ on that. I mean, regardless you play little games or many games, at the end of the day, I
No,
think
that was
Bayern.
on the number of goals scored.
Yeah, you're talking about number of goals. At the same time, regardless of whatever happens, Bayern always wins the league. I've never
Yeah,
really seen a close fight in there because you know what? At the same time, Bayern always buys the players, the best players around their own
in the
continent,
league. Yeah,
their own league. Like the only thing that really surprised me
they
was they
weaken
didn't get
they
Haaland.
weaken their own rivals.
Yeah, they weakened their own rivals, but I was so surprised that they didn't get Haaland because Lewandowski was leaving, and it's just nice. Haaland is just there to replace him, and I was so
Mm.
surprised that they did not push for him.
I think personality as well. Bayern probably would be thinking like, Haaland's not the kind of personality they want to have in the club. Then again, they were once known as Hollywood FC,
Yeah,
Bayern. So I don't know. I would probably think that is more of personality, could be also wage demands, commission to the agents, all these kind of factors that made them not pursue Haaland. But as you say, it's true. Lewandowski was someone they got from Dortmund, and that time Dortmund did very well under Klopp. They were the last. I probably think they were the last Bundesliga winners, champions, other than Bayern.
yeah, but it's okay. We will do our best to keep supporting other leagues and making sure other leagues are exciting as it is. So we have got no issues with leagues across the world. No,
What about
but
the bottom half of the Premier League?
exactly, I was about
Yeah,
to go there, man. So Tottenham got the Champions League spot, Arsenal, United got the Europa League, and West Ham got the Europa Conference. We were close, Russ. We were close to going there, but it's okay. And what a day, Russ! This is why I would like to reiterate and say the English League is probably the best. Why? Even the relegation battle was down to the last day, and it was a topsy turvy battle. I
Mm.
think at one point, I think Burnley was, I think they were like drawing. They were nil with the club, and Leeds were losing, if I'm not wrong, on that day.
To
Leeds were
Brentford, right?
losing to Brentford 1-0. Burnley, and also was Burnley was also losing to Newcastle 1-0
Ah,
as well.
yes.
So it was really difficult. And honestly, right, I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful to Papa Bear and Everton. I really thought Everton would have went down, bro,
Ah,
but they saved themselves in the last. Do you ever thought that Burnley would have went down? I'm happy that Burnley went down. I really hated that team. They're very aggressive to play with, but at the same time, this actually brings back to the whole deja vu or dilemma. Remember back then when Villa was supposed to go down, and Arsenal
yeah.
had one job. Arsenal and a few other teams, two other teams, had one job, was all they got to do was draw or beat Villa, and Villa was relegated. And they didn't do it. And once again, here, Brentford had one job because at the point in time, Villa had a good players. No, it was really, really good players. When they were relegated, I think Grealish would have definitely been there for the taking for like 20-30 million. I don't think so. City would have paid 100.
Oh yeah, that time he was very young. Yeah, now I remember.
Correct. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
now Leeds had players like Calvin Phillips, Rafinha, the striker Patrick Bamford, was some of their defenders, Vinicius. They
Mm.
have Jack Harrison as well. These are good players, man, Russ.
Mm.
And look what
Ben
happened.
James.
Stayed up, and Burnley went down. I'm happy Burnley went down, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
I
just
was tipping them to go down as well, Burnley.
really.
Yeah, remember in all the other shows you've
Yeah,
asked
correct.
me
You
this,
said Burnley. You said
I always said
Burnley,
Burnley will
right?
go down. I didn't think Everton will go down. So yeah, true.
Yeah, man, it's okay. So I don't need to say much about Norwich and Watford. They are always going up and down, up and down. I'm glad Leeds stayed up so that we can, reiterate our rivals with them. But yeah, like what Remy said, this game I'm going to watch. Leeds versus Nottingham Forest. Nottingham
Yeah,
Forest, welcome back to the
Nottingham
Premier League,
Forest.
man.
Yes.
I think after
Af-
22 years, they are back
Yeah,
again
they were
in
relegated in
the Premier League.
'99.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
what a time to be a Forest fan, man, and what a
yeah.
time to be in the
Two
Premier League.
times European champions, by the way,
Two.
Forest.
Russ, say that again, Russ.
Two times European champions. That's more than
Some
City
will
and
never be able to say
Arsenal
to be a
and
European
Spurs.
champion.
Well, so many clubs. So many clubs have not won the European Cup.
Yeah, man. Oof. What a time it's going to be for the Premier League next season with Nottingham Forest and all. So it's going to be interesting to how it is. No, Remy, we are not poking fun at Man City. All right, we're not poking fun at Man City. We are just saying that no, Nottingham Forest are two times European champions.
Yeah,
I'm
so
going to end
many
it that
clubs.
way. I would have top up more, but I would have ended that way. All right, so we're done with Premier League. So congrats, City. Congrats for all the clubs that has participated. We're looking forward to another mouth-watering titles clash again next season. And next up, we are going over to Syria A.
Mm,
This is the Rice Bowl of Rasvinder Bolar. Ras, I can
yes.
tell you, I was literally quite gutted though. I really thought that Inter would have won it. Like literally, they would have won the league. But like you said, stars were aligned, moon were aligned, sun was
Yeah.
shining brightly. Milan had to do it. Were you like heartbroken?
Not say heartbroken. You feel a lot as an Inter fan. You feel a lot of regret that you didn't win the league because there were moments like this season. I can say we missed penalties, crucial that turned out to be crucial in the end of the season because if he had scored the penalty against Atalanta, we'd have got 3 points there. Against Milan in the first derby, another 3 points there.
Mhm.
So in both games we drew. So we dropped about 4 points, and that would have been enough. We would have won the league if we had scored those two penalties. Even the second derby against Milan, we completely dominated them, but we didn't take our chances. And just out of the blue, Milan scored twice and they won the game. That turned out to be the crucial point as well. a lot of people point out to the game against Bologna, which we needed
Yes,
to
I was
win.
about to come to that. That game you should have
Yeah,
won.
yeah. I mean, even if I all these earlier games they had won those games, I think the Bologna game wouldn't have been such a key moment. The
I
Bologna
still
game
think
also,
that is the
if
game, though.
Radu didn't make that mistake, it would have been 1-1. So the lead would have still been Milan's lead would have just been cut to 1 point, because we actually looking at that match also, we weren't really playing that well to look like we were gonna beat Bologna.
Yep.
If we had beaten Bologna that day, then I think would have then I would say, yeah, then it's fated for us to win the Serie A. And along
But
the
it's
way,
like
of course,
it was a last minute goal. I think 81st minute, right? I know
80
Perisic
something, yeah, 80
put you
something
all in the
minute,
lead 1-0, and then you guys led all the way. 28 minute it was equalized, and then boom, 81st
yeah,
minute that the guys
yeah,
Nicolas Sanson. I
yeah,
mean,
Nicola
I feel
Cantone,
it was this. This was the game that you guys should have won. You know why? Because after that, Milan was just winning like 1-0, 2-1,
yeah, yeah,
scraping wins, and that is like the
yeah.
mark of champions.
Yep, true, true. But I want to pay credit to Milan as well. And I want to share their story because
Yes, please, go for
it's
it.
an inspiration for clubs, other big clubs, and especially clubs that we support as well. An inspiration on how they've gone about it. So they last won the Scudetto in the 2010-11 season, and then they gradually slipped into something called the Benter era. So what happened is then gradually 2012 they lost Ibrahimovic and Thiago Silva to PSG. They sold those two players. Then they lost other key players, their leaders, stalwarts, Nesta, Inzaghi, Seedorf, Gattuso, Zambrotta in the 2013 season, all in one summer. They lost all these players, and then they've always finished below Inter from 2013-14 season until last season, or rather last season. Then what else happened? Their long-time owner, who's a Milan fan, Silvio Berlusconi, he sold the club, and unfortunately for them, he sold the club to a dubious character called Lee Yong Hong in 2017. So at that time, I remember Milan fans were very positive about this takeover because they thought they were going to be rich. They're going to sign all the best players, and they actually went on a spending spree, but it wasn't the quality that they wanted. So this guy also, Lee Yong Hong, he went down. He couldn't keep up the loan repayments, or he had to sell his stake at the club to someone called the Elliott Management. And then Paolo Maldini returned, and that's when things started changing. In the club, he returned in 2018. Next season, another legend, Zvonimir Boban, he returned to the club as a director. And then the 2019-20 season, Stefano Pioli took over from Marco Giampaolo midway through the season in October. And even Pioli wasn't doing very well. Those of us who watch Serie A, we know Pioli normally goes on these runs that are like, wow, fantastic, win after win, win after win. And then once he has one defeat, that's it. It's like someone has burst the balloon, then non-stop defeats. So that's Pioli, that's what we know of Pioli. And when he took over, things didn't pick up. They were trashed by Atalanta 5-0. And then there's this rumor as well going on that Mr. Ralph Ragnick was going to take over Milan to be their manager, and then at the same time be the sporting director, something like that. And that led to unhappiness in the boardroom. So Boban resigned. But the COVID enforced break worked well for Milan. So what happened after that was they played. When football returned, everyone was
Yep.
playing it under with no fans. That worked in
Yeah.
their favor. So no fans means no pressure, and they went on a good run. They won 10 matches in a row, qualified for the Europa League. And 2020-21, they finished second and finally back in the Champions League for the first time since 2013. And then this season, champions of Italy for the
Wow.
19th time, equaling Inter's record. Inter's not record still held by Juventus, but Inter's tally of 19. So 19 all in Milan right now between the two Milan clubs.
So both are 19 now, huh?
Yeah.
Man, Liverpool could have been 20 and with us, and we would
Yeah.
have been. That
But
would have,
that's the difference. I mean, Liverpool's City rivals are Everton.
yeah.
Our United City rivals are Man City. United and Liverpool's rivalry is more of an intercity rivalry between
Okay.
the two cities.
Russ, they
And
are the two most successful clubs for winning Scudettos.
who? Inter and Milan?
Inter and Milan.
No, Juventus is
Any?
the most successful.
How much did they win? How many?
Juventus got about 30 plus.
Hold.
It's
Holy.
dubious because Juventus fans will add two that they lost in the Calciopoli. The rest of us will minus two
What?
and say that's the
30s.
official figure. Yeah. So when
My,
you see Italian clubs, right, when you see their logo, their on the jersey, there's a
yeah.
star above it. One star means you won 10 Scudettos. So
Oh.
two stars mean 20 Scudettos. So Inter were going for the second star this season. They didn't make it. So now next season, Inter and Milan will both be going for the second star.
Wow. That means Juventus have 3 stars now.
Juventus have 3 stars. Yes.
Wow. That's interesting. I think they should do that for EPL. Huh?
Mm.
That would be
Yeah.
so interesting to see it. All right, man. Moving back to those Syria, congrats to Milan and all this. Something that is worrying is the most decorated club in Syria, Juventus. Though Russ, they managed to get Champions League position,
Yeah.
but do you think is that where they should be? Fighting. Remember when Ronaldo left and they were like, "No, we don't need him. It's better that we are better
Mm.
off without him."
Mm.
And that actually came to play a part with them. They literally went very
Yeah.
off form. The likes of Roma, Fiorentina, even Lazio, were really going at them. I don't think so. Juventus is what it used to be right anymore, Russ.
Yeah, but the thing with Juventus is they always have this DNA of being able to win regardless of how they play. They can play horrible, but they could just get one lucky goal here and there or a moment of brilliance and they'll win the game because they know how to keep it tight at the back. And Allegri at the moment is that kind of manager. He knows how to win 1-0. And he's the kind of manager also that relies a lot on 30-year-old players, 30 somethings. And right now, I've already heard about their transfer policy is to sign more 30 something players because according to him, there are too many young players in the Juventus team, which is I mean, football has progressed. It's not no longer that. Even in Italy, a lot of teams now play expensive football. They attack and they go on the front foot. Inter does it, Milan does it. So many teams do it. Juventus is still playing this old style of Catenaccio, and it can serve them well to a certain extent, but then they need to do more if I think they want to win
Someone left
the
the club,
Scudetto.
right, Russ? Is it Kileni
Yeah,
or was it
Chiellini has
Bonucci?
left. Chiellini is
Ah,
left. Dybala has left.
man, this season a lot of good players, those experienced ones, are on free transfer. Huh?
Yeah, but
Would you reckon United to get Kileni then?
Chiellini is probably gonna go to US to play one season there, and then he's gonna retire.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay. So moving down further, Lazio and Roma got the Europa League, so United may meet Jose
yeah.
Mourinho. Fiorentina got that Conference League.
Conference League.
Any
Yeah,
surprises, Ras, for the relegation battlers? I think there was another last day shenanigans that was happening
yeah, yeah.
between Salernitana and Cagliari.
Genoa. Yeah, I mean Salernitana was a big surprise because I written them off. I thought they were dead and buried. And suddenly they
Yeah.
just start picking up points. One win
Wow.
after another, one win after another, and then uh, no loss. If they don't win, they draw. So they're picking up points, and they just eke themselves out of the relegation zone.
And,
So well done to them.
and the
I
worst thing is the last game of the season, they lost
Yeah, and they lost quite heavy. I think.
4-0.
Yeah, so they lost, and then unfortunately for Genoa, Cagliari lost as well. Tough luck. Or they drew, I think Cagliari
Yeah,
drew.
they drew with Venezia.
Yeah, yeah, and Venezia's already relegated.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I think
Cagliari,
Genoa should have actually picked up something, man. I think if Genoa would have won, they would have actually survived because they lost to Bologna 1-0. If Genoa
yeah,
had won,
But
Then I think
Genoa were also another team that were already relegated.
no, not yet, bro. Because of the goal
No, no, no.
difference
They
between
were
them.
because in Italian league they look at head to head. They don't look at goal difference.
Oh, they don't look a goal difference.
Yeah,
Oh man, that
and
sucks.
I
That
think
sucks.
the disappointment is we won't get to see Venezia in Serie A next season. This season they probably had the best jerseys in the and across Europe.
Really?
Yeah, you should look at their jerseys and their
Venezia.
and also look at their modeling campaigns for the jerseys. It's something.
Hey, whoa, bro. It looks dope, man.
Yeah,
Oh, their modeling campaign nice, huh?
yeah. So they did that very very well. And from
And
a
that,
city like Venice, I think
wow,
well
their
done.
jersey. Kappa. Kappa can't go wrong, Kappa.
By the way, you
Kappa
know
in
who
red
plays
kit.
for Venezia? The
Who
two
plays
former
what?
United players at Venezia.
There is.
Yeah,
Let me guess.
one's a Portuguese, one's an Argentine.
One is a Portuguese and one is it it can't be Pelistri, right? Let me just see. Wait. Give me some clues, man.
Okay, the Portuguese guy was from the time we won the Champions League. The last time we won the Champions League, he was playing in that season as well.
Nani?
Yes,
Whoa, serious? Nani is still
yeah,
playing there?
Nani was playing there,
My God.
and the Argentine is someone quite recent in our club.
Argentine. Did we sign?
I would say one of our underrated signings post Sir Alex retirement. Very very stable and steady
The one who.
goalkeeper.
Oh! Sergio Romero.
Yes, Sergio
My
Romero.
God. Ah,
And it's
this.
also funny. I don't understand what happened, but when Sergio Romero was playing, Venezia had quite good results. They were picking up results. They were picking up wins and
And then they decided
draws.
to drop him.
And yeah, I don't know what happened. And he then suddenly I don't see him playing anymore. He's not first choice. Not sure what happened. So that was a bit strange.
Oh my God, this interesting, man. Such a Syria is a good league to watch. You know what, Raz? Next season onwards, let's make it a point. All right, let's make it a point to know, like, at least watch one or two games. I know it's in the middle of the night, like 2 3 a.m. If there are any early kickoff, tell us, update us. Let's watch a game.
Actually, the prime time kickoffs are at 9 p.m. It's earlier than your Premier League games.
Wow.
Yeah. So like Premier League when we start the season it's always 10 p.m. and
Yep.
then later after the winter during the winter months it's 11 p.m. So in Serie A it's 9 p.m. and then 10 p.m. The earliest kickoff is at 6:30 and then 7:30.
Oh wow, 6:30 is super good, man.
It's very friendly for us.
Yeah. Okay. Let's tune in soon. For those who are watching out there, whoever want to watch Syria, yes, Remy, you almost got it right, but it's not Delo. Delo is still playing. And yeah, we will try to cover more Syria. Was this we were like midway through season whereby we did it halfway through to cover leagues across the world because we were just doing Premier League and Russ was very sad and pissed off that why are we not covering Syria? So we decided to do Syria, La Liga, and all across the continent. So we will be doing that as well. So yep, no much surprises. I'm surprised that Nani and Venezia is actually are playing for Venezia. So it's just interesting to watch that. But hey, Syria, good job in that. They did wonderfully well. And kudos to Milan. I think next season, I'm going to put you on the stone again, once again, Russ. Do you think your Inter side have got what it takes to add that one more star in?
All depends now because the the problem in Serie A is this that it's not what it used to be. So in terms of money, wow, it's in not a very good shape. So a lot of time, like Inter is a club also that needs to sell someone so that it can sign other players. So it all depends on that now, who they sell, who they sign. So it's all fingers crossed right now.
All right, all right. Okay, speaking of which, if you guys were to sign Romelu Lukaku, I think you guys can win the league again.
I'm not too sure because he works well with Conte, and also one thing very very important people don't realize is the effect the fitness coach had at Inter at that time, Antonio Pintos.
Ah,
Yeah, he had played a big part in Lukaku's form and physicality. So that one we don't have it don't have him at Inter right now. So I'm actually quite okay if we don't sign Lukaku, to be honest.
all right, man. All right. So hopefully, all the best for Inter and Milan, and onwards to a
La
flight to
Liga.
Spain, La Liga.
Our La Liga
Probably the
expert is
only,
here.
yes, correct. Our expert is here. The only I think league probably to have like double points between the first and second place, and it had to be Real Madrid and Barcelona, and we have none other than that. Our Spanish La Liga expert, Russ's good friend Antonio, to join us, and he's going to give us some input. Hi,
Oh,
Antonio. How are you doing,
hi.
sir?
Hola, amigo.
Good eve- Hola, hola. Good evening, guys. How are you
Good
doing?
evening. Good, good.
We have been doing good till you have come in right now to
It's
actually stretch out and tell us everything about La Liga, know what's happening. We're gonna go from the bottom, all right, and then we will leave Madrid at the top of the pinnacle for a moment. Antonio,
okay.
any surprises here for Granada, Levante, and Alavas to have gotten relegated? Because I don't see much difference for Mallorca and Getafe or even Espanyol. Oh my God, I see Espanyol is one of your favorite clubs. They managed to all stay alive. So no surprises here, right, Antonio?
Uh, well, I will. I might disagree with that because I think Granada going into relegation was a surprise. Even though, of course, when you reach the last weekend or the last match with options for relegating, means that you haven't done your homework. But it is true that out of the, if I believe, there were three teams fighting to avoid that position for relegation, and was Granada, Mallorca, and Cadiz. And Mallorca, no, I think it was Cadiz, the one with the worst scenario. Out of the three, Granada was the one with the best scenario ahead. Unfortunately, they were playing, jokes aside, one of the best teams in La Liga that weekend, which is Espanyol, which I support. And and we draw there. We didn't need that point, but for whatever reasons, we did some sort of like a performance. Granada were not able to beat us. They only scored that point, but unfortunately, Mallorca got the 3 points. Cadiz got the 3 points, and they sent Granada to the Spanish second division together with Alaves and Levante. So surprise, slightly, because as I say, Granada was the best place or the best position towards the last fixture, and of course Alaves and Levante. I think they, unfortunately, they deserve to play in the second division next year. No surprises for those two. It's
Hmm.
always like that. La Liga every year, believe it or not, always goes into that. Something happened at the bottom, that there is one team that has been doing so, doesn't look in a dangerous position, and then suddenly collapse. And when there are 3, 4, 5 games left, and you start going down, nothing is going to stop you. And this is what happened to Granada. On the other side, there are always one or two teams that they do not very well across the year, and then the last 3, 4, 5 games they start scoring points, they get out of relegation zone, and at the end they are safe. And yeah, it's been like this, I would say, for a few years at La Liga, which is very very tight, always at the bottom and on top. Yeah, if it's still, and it will be a dual championship, either Real Madrid or Barcelona. And so when one of the two of them doesn't show up, like Barcelona, then the other one grabs the title.
Yeah, on that point as well, Antonio, do you expect Real Madrid to win this season?
The coming year, I mean, look, it will all depends on how Barcelona will perform. Okay, of course,
No, no, not the coming
we
year. The season that passed, the season that just passed.
Oh, you mean the one that just finished? If I
Yeah,
expected
the one
Barcelona
just
to do
finished.
well,
No, did you expect at the start of this season? That means
yes.
the season just ended. At the start of it, do you expect Real Madrid under Carlo Ancelotti to win the La Liga?
No, no, no. But I mean, they are always favorites. I mean, regardless the name of the competition, call it La Liga, call it Champions League. Real Madrid, Barcelona are always favorites. Period. Right? This is clear. Regard. No,
Look
no,
at the
it is true.
arrogance, man.
No, no,
I'm loving it, Antonio.
no.
You
But
guys
it
say
is true. I
football.
mean, pool statistics. How many La Ligas Real Madrid has versus how many La Ligas Barcelona have, and because
Mm.
of budget, history, background, definitely they are always favorites. However, it's very good for Spanish football that in the past years we had Atletico Madrid, who is already sort of like solid in those top three, top four positions,
Mm.
and then we always have one or two extra team to grab that fourth position, right? It's
Yeah.
this year is Sevilla, we have Villarreal, we had Real Sociedad a few years ago.
Mm.
Sometimes an underdog will score into, will end up being third or fourth, call it regardless. But Real Madrid and Barcelona are all, I mean, 99% of the years are going to be either first or second, okay?
Mm.
To answer your question in full, Ras, putting aside what I just say, that they are always favorites regardless what sort of competition they enter, no, nobody expected Real Madrid because, well, Carlo Ancelotti, new manager, the Real Madrid squad being but not outstanding,
Mm.
Zidane leaving, you never know, right? New manager and so on. However, this year, what happened? Barcelona screw up.
Yeah.
Financials are, worse than ever, and they could
Yeah.
not sign up anybody. Um,
Right now as well,
a
Barcelona.
lot of a lot of the odds at the beginning of the year were on Atletico Madrid because Atletico Madrid had this year the best squad ever in years ever.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
much better than when they won the title. And then, as I
Mm.
say, there are always those people who will always say, "Oh, maybe this is the year of Sevilla." To
Yeah.
steal a title to Real Madrid or Barcelona, you need to do an outstanding year like Atletico Madrid have been doing in the, a couple of years ago. But it's, unless you are super, super regular, Real Madrid and Barcelona are going to always score, 85 points and above. And, when La Liga goes to, 85 points and above, it's very, very, very hard for an underdog to challenge them.
Okay. And on that point on Atletico Madrid, do you expect them to have such a season this time, not even
Well, as
defend the title well enough?
Yeah, and I mean, it was from the point of view of football lover, it was a little bit disappointed. I hope that they could have reached the last 2-3 games with some options, but and as I say, right, a lot of the odds were with him at the beginning of the year because they did a good signings, and of course Simeone has been there for a while and so on. I think the
Mm.
mistake, not the mistake, but maybe I think the what Simeone did at the beginning of the year is okay. I think I can play better football with the squad that I have, and I say
Oh,
when I say better football means
more attractive
prettier,
football.
yeah, more
Okay.
attractive, prettier football, right? Like nicer, easy. I mean, nicer to watch. But at the end, I think he has realized that it's that's almost very. I mean, it's very difficult. He's a manager with such a defined style. It is so clear how his teams have been playing that for as much as you think that okay, maybe he want to change a little bit of the style, no, and he's been able to this season to get some regularity once he went back to the real Atletico de Madrid, which is such a solid defensive and having some talent up front, right?
Mm. Yeah.
So
So
yeah, yeah, that's pretty much.
so we
Don't
got a
don't
comment here.
yeah, don't
Simeone
we say
experimented too much.
yeah, exactly. He's absolutely right, and there is a rule. and I'm talking too much, so guys, cut me off.
No,
There
no,
is
it's
a
okay.
rule in biz. There is a rule in business that says if it works, don't touch it. And Atletico
Yeah,
Madrid was working very, very well like a few years ago with the defensive system
Yeah.
and not conceding much and so on. He tweaked it. He wanted an evolution. He changed some players. He wanted to be more offensive, and then he started conceding. And nowadays in football, and you know what I'm talking about. Uh, you need to be so solid at the back. If
yeah.
not, yeah, that's you're not gonna get success.
And that
Mm.
was the same manager, Russ, that I've wanted to be in United. Diego Simeone. Yeah. I was like
I will never.
literally
I
hoping that
never.
he might come in because if you were to look, because I remember he said that he wanted to leave Atletico after this season. So no, his name came up. The current no Luis Enrique's name also came up in my head. I was thinking, why not these two managers? If I know Luis Enrique has his part to play for Spain and the World Cup, so we only can get him probably next after next season.
But two
Why
Mm.
two
not
two
Diego
very
Simeone?
different two very different
Styles. Yeah,
managers. There are two
yeah,
Yeah,
different styles for us. Yeah,
yeah.
like Luis Enrique has absolutely nothing to do with Simeone, and of course Simeone has absolutely nothing to do with Luis Enrique. But yeah, I believe none of them have managed any English team. So
yeah,
you never know. I think it is natural that one day, sooner or later, and I don't know when, of course, Simeone will have to go. However, there are great rather than great hopes is a lot of confidence and trust from Atletico Madrid owners and president, because he knows the club well, and as a former player, um, yeah, he has some credit, and we can't forget that number one, he's, if I'm not wrong, the longest manager in a club so far in La Liga by a while. I mean, by a
Mm.
mile.
Yeah.
And also, he's the responsible why Atletico Madrid now is
Successful.
solid, yeah, successful and solid in those top four positions, right? And don't
Mm.
forget that, and I'm sure we will talk about it, but don't forget that they were extremely unlucky, not only once but twice in the UEFA Champions League final versus
Yeah.
Real Madrid. Like extremely unlucky. And I don't know. Maybe Simeone, if he's able to 1 year get the
Win the
UEFA
Champions
Champions
League.
League,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe he will go.
Mm.
Ross, if he
Okay.
goes, tell him the door at United is always open.
No, no. I wouldn't want him at United
Why?
or Inter for that matter. So thank you very much. I
You
think
never know.
probably Chelsea might suit.
Come on, stop saying that every time it's only Chelsea. Come, we should.
Yeah,
Simeone, man.
I would rather have taken Conte than if you wanted Simeone.
Our players can't play three at the back, bro. We can't make it. Okay, now off to
Okay.
the table and to the top. Villarreal
Just
conquered
one,
a
yeah, just
Scotland team.
one question,
Yep, go
Antonio.
for it.
Your surprise team of the season in La Liga.
Betis,
Yeah,
Real
I think
Betis.
so too.
Betis,
Me
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Me
yeah.
too.
I mean, and
I'm
to be
so glad
honest,
they
if
won
you
the Copa del Rey.
yes, and to
They
be
won, right?
honest, if you ask me, I still can't. I mean, I and I will tell you why. Number one, I don't remember where they finished in the table. I don't know if they were as fifth, sixth, or seven. I think it's one
Fifth.
of those three. Fifth, right? Okay, great. Why did I say Betis? Is because the type of football that they play, and they had months in La Liga that they played beautiful, and it was great to watch them. And it's nice for us, and as I say, an underdog to take that La Copa del Rey seriously, and of course, it's going to give them the chance to opt for the Spanish Super Cup somewhere. I
Yeah,
don't know when, but in Saudi Arabia with the other finalists and Real Madrid as well. And it's good. It's good to have for the good health of La Liga. We need more teams like Betis to go along Atletico Madrid to try to make some noise and try to once in a while, once every 3, 4, 5 years, steal the trophy from the title from Barcelona and Real Madrid, even though, yes, half of the fan base, or I would say maybe majority of the fan base of La Liga are either Real Madrid or Barcelona fans.
Hmm. Okay. Joel, your question. You had a question.
Yeah, I was about to ask him about the surprise package, because
Okay.
I was hoping that he was going to say Real Betis, because I was watching a few of highlights of Betis playing, especially at their remarkable run in the Copa del Rey, and because I was so, how to say, I was so curious to how Hector Bellerin was on loan from Arsenal, and he felt so emotional on his last game. I've never seen a player who was on loan felt that emotional to leave the team. Usually it's just like, if I'm on loan, I'm just like, okay, look, thank you so much for everything, and I'm done and dusted. I'm heading back to my parent club. But
Hmm.
he was like really emotional. So I wanted to realize, like, why is he emotional? So I look back at the football and their fans and them. It literally screams like Liverpool, like
Hmm.
the kind of football they play, the kind of fans they had, the kind of management they had, the kind of camaraderie. You can just feel it, no, Russ. It's like
Hmm.
this team was like destined for greatness. It was just unlucky
Hmm.
that they some of the results didn't go their way. I think
Betis,
they would have made it, man.
I think it's Betis, Sevilla, and I think it's Valencia. They have, in addition to Barcelona, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico de Madrid,
Yes,
I
correct.
think they are like the top three fan base in Spain. I remember clearly, like if it was tomorrow, uh, maybe 30 years ago, 35 years ago, going to watch live an Espanyol game in Barcelona, and
Hmm.
half of our stadium was green and white. And it's
Okay.
because there is a lot of people from Andalusia, which is the region, the autonomous region where Sevilla is the capital, that
Hmm.
migrate towards the north of Spain from the south for a
Hmm.
little bit of professional opportunities and a better life. Therefore, there is a lot of Andalusians living in Barcelona and the surroundings, the way as in Madrid. So wherever they go, they will always drag a huge fan base. But going to your point of Bellerin, of that why question, which I absolutely love, is just always look at the relationship of all the players. Real Madrid had an amazing relationship among players, a bit of like a family feeling and so on. Betis was almost the same. I don't know if you know this, but Borja Iglesias, which is the striker of Betis, at the end of the season, started at crowdfunding
Mm.
to
Oh,
collect money to pay
Yes.
for Hector Bellerin transfer to stay at
Yeah.
Betis
wow.
and not go back
Okay.
Yes.
go
Correct.
back to the EPL. So look, jokes aside, and Borja Iglesias is very heavy on social media networks in Spain and so on. But hey, I think is a good sign of what sort of relationship Pellegrini has been able to build among players, right? So it's Bellerin, it's Borja Iglesias,
Joaquin.
is yeah, it's Joaquin.
Joaquin.
Well,
Yeah. 40 years of
Joaquin
age
is a
and he's still
star.
playing.
Yeah.
Joaquin is a
My
star.
God.
It's Canales, it's everybody. Everybody they build up such a good group of colleagues, friends, and when you have such a great atmosphere in the changing room, then majority of the teams they do well. That they can replicate that on the pitch as well.
To think of it, Betis actually do have a good solid bunch of players, like Bellerin.
Mm.
They literally they have like the rejects that all made it well together. They have like Nabe Fakir, they have Bellerin, they have Mark Batra, they have Waname, they have William Jose, William Cavallo, Christian
Yeah.
Tello.
William Carvalho.
These were the rejects for their own parent club. No? And then when all the rejects came in together, freak, even Alex Moreno was there. All the rejects came in together, bam, they'll have an
I'm
impact.
just. I mean, for Betis, I'm just glad for Joaquin because old school lover like me, see him still playing at
Yeah,
40. Wow, wonderful.
and he
I
he
remember.
was
I remember he
really
used to
instrumental
play.
for
Ooh,
the Copa del Rey winner.
yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go
Going
up.
on to the Champions League now.
Yes, up to the table of the pinnacle where Madrid tipped La Liga, and now we are back in the Champions
Yeah,
League.
before the Champions League, let me just give a shout out to the Europa League winners, Eintracht Frankfurt,
Yep.
winning their second Europa League slash UEFA Cup. The first one was in 1979-80. And of
Uh-huh.
course, my Italian teams. Got to give a shout out to my Italian teams. Roma winning the Conference League for the first time ever, winning a European title. AS Roma under Jose
Oh, for the
Mourinho.
first time, huh? They've never win
They've
European, huh?
never won a European
Ah,
title
that I
at
didn't
all.
know.
So they,
Wow.
they were European Cups runners up in 1984.
Uh-huh.
1991, they were UEFA Cup runners up.
My God. All right. This is
Yep.
extraordinary, man.
So now
Extraordinary.
the big one,
The big one,
Champions League
Russ.
final.
This is the one that got us all in our seats. Woke up at 3 a.m. hoping for the game to begin at 3 a.m. Only for the game to get kicked off
Delayed.
at 3:35 or 3:45. And what a finals though. Russ, remember I told you, if Madrid is going to give Liverpool an inch, Liverpool will kill them.
Mm.
But Madrid in that first half, they gave them a yard, like literally a yard. But Liverpool was still not being able to break the freaking Great Wall of, I don't know, man,
Belgium.
the Great Wall of Belgium. I don't know, man. I'm speechless to see Courtois perform like that. I've never seen him play like that in Chelsea. Yeah, I remember I saw the post where Dell was telling me he was playing well, but I don't know, bro. In my eyes, Chelsea would have wiped him out. City should have wiped Madrid out, and Liverpool should have wiped Madrid out in the first half. Antonio shaking. Well, man, I don't know, bro. The Probably the gods of everywhere decided and said, "Look, it is going to be the day for Madrid." Talk to us, Antonio.
Uh, Joel, do you remember my answer the last
Madrid
time when
never
you
loses finals.
I no, I say something which means that, but I say Real Madrid don't play finals. Real Madrid win
Win finals,
trophies,
yeah.
right? Or win finals, win trophies. And
Mm.
look, I think the first half should have ended 5 or 6-1 for
Yeah,
Liverpool. Is easy,
easy.
easy, and I'm being I'm holding in here in terms of numbers, but
Actually,
everybody,
on the point of Real Madrid, you know the
yeah,
when was the last time Real Madrid lost a final, a European Cup final?
1981 to Liverpool at Paris.
I
Is
have
that right?
I don't know, I don't know, but
I don't know.
it's we
I took it off my mind. Let me check. Let me
every,
Google it. You guys go ahead.
everybody everybody
I know they
knew, you know.
lost to Inter in 1963, something like that. But not sure on that Liverpool one. You check and let us know. Okay, Antonio, continue.
No, no, I say I would just, I'm I, I'm short of words trying to explain it. First half easy 5-1 should have ended 5-1, 4-1, 6-1, whatever, regardless. But
Mm.
it's Real Madrid and it's the UEFA Champions League. These people have such a special relationship. Is call it, I don't know. I don't know if it's mentality, spirit, is Liverpool. Desperating because they could have maybe play for 3 hours and never score. You never know, right? But at the end, live football is all about numbers and statistics, and history says that this team in the capital of Spain from Europe has 14 UEFA Champions League finals. And the next team on that table, I believe, is AC Milan with, is it
Seven,
6 or 7,
7. Milan on
right?
7. Yeah.
So even if you remove the 5 European Cups, as they used to call, from the 50s and 60s, that Real
It's
Madrid
still a fine.
won in a row, they are still leading that table by 2 to 3. And I do believe, and I shared this the other day with someone at work, I say, we will never see again another team winning 4 Champions League in 5 years or 3 in a row. And I have no clue how to explain it No clue. Ras, you asked me a while ago, did I expect Real Madrid to win La Liga? No, of course not. If you ask me, did I expect to win the Champions League? Of course not. There were better teams. Man City is a better team than Real Madrid. Chelsea is a better team than Real Madrid. But when they go in that competition, I don't know, man.
They become different animals.
I compare Real Madrid with Rafa Nadal, you know. Do you remember the rivalry with Federer,
Yeah,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Especially at Roland Garros.
Yep.
You know, Federer jumped into Roland Garros year after year. And when it was not Federer, it was Wawrinka. And when it was not Thiem, and sometimes Djokovic, and so on. And as soon as I saw the Spanish bull on the other side of the court,
Game.
it's game over
It's
because
game over. Yeah.
it's game over. So, you know, this is what I think it happened halfway. Liverpool thought, oh my goodness, we had 6 chances, we didn't score, and it's Real Madrid. It's nothing we can do about it. Boom, 1-0. See you later. Bye bye. 14th. Unbelievable. I didn't. I'm gonna be honest and transparent. I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the game. I read report. I saw highlights, and I was like, okay, 14 UEFA Champions League. Amazing. It's incredible.
yeah. But to be honest, I know Liverpool had a lot of shots in the first half, but the only one that I felt they came closest with was the Mane shot that hit the post. The rest of it, pretty decent,
With
easy
with
for
in a different game with perhaps an average
less pressure. I think pressure as
goalkeeper.
well played a part. Yeah,
Yeah. But in a different game with a different goalkeeper, I tell you, first half 4-1,
yeah,
Yeah.
easy,
maybe, yeah.
easy, easy, easy.
Yeah,
Like
because I
if
think Real Madrid were denied a goal in the first half. They should have
yeah, and
scored that.
correct, and that's why I say it was
That's the
4-1,
only one
5-1,
they
whatever.
went through close.
I know. And then they had the chance, and then second half, of course, they play better, and they have. What fascinates me is that you have players which are facing that kind of a scenario for the first time, right? Rodrigo, Vinicius, and so on.
Yeah,
But they are hooked into that history and spirit, and they become part of that. It's not like, oh, they are yes, a good players for Real Madrid, but half of the started starting 11 are new. It doesn't matter.
mm,
They
mm,
just play and feel, and it's contagious. Whatever history, mentality, spirit. I just don't know how to say it. Nobody understands this, but they came back to Madrid with a trophy. Believe it or not.
yeah. And also, I think besides Courtois, I think Casemiro had a fantastic game in
Militao.
midfield. Yeah, Militao, Alaba, Carvajal. Carvajal
But
also
you
had a
see,
good game.
but you see,
Benzema,
Militao. Where was Militao last year? Alaba,
yeah,
sure, great
Yeah.
signing from Bayern de Munich,
by Munich,
full of
yeah,
experience. But I remember, right? Oh, Sergio Ramos is leaving. Oh my goodness, drama. This is a collapse. Nobody remembers Sergio Ramos now.
yeah,
Nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody.
man.
Right? Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo is leaving. He was scoring 60 goals a year. Nobody remembers Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Benzema and Vinicius have scored, I don't know, 75 this year. It's like, oh, Zidane, our best player ever, the manager that brought 3 Champions League, is leaving. Drama. You bring Ancelotti, which is a gentleman, a guy that manages changing rooms like nobody else. Boom, delivers not only Champions League but La Liga. My goodness, like what are you gonna do?
yeah. And
It's
he's even Ancelotti has also won the Champions League for Real Madrid as well.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's just that I
That's
think when Ancelotti was coming in, he's probably had a reputation now of being a finished manager. That is not
Yeah,
relevant
correct.
in
That's
today's
that's a
football.
reputation. Yeah.
So I think he's proof that he's not finished. He's still the Don.
yeah. Of course, we don't know what's happening in that changing room and how he talks to player. Is it really? I always had this question with teams of such a high level, like does it really matter what the manager says, or just the players know what to do?
What
My
to do?
point
Yeah.
is, my point is, uh, and don't get me wrong, I'm talking about like winning teams, right?
Mm.
When we have a winning team and we have a change of manager, like, does it really? Do I believe that Ancelotti this year has really implant his idea of football, or is that he is an outstanding
Man management.
human manager,
Mm.
of he manage well egos with youngsters and understands the club and has a good relationship with Florentino Perez? Because, to be honest, from the technicality point of view of football, do you think he has taught something new to Modric?
Nope.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Do you think he has taught something new to Casemiro, who is, one of the top three defending midfielders in the world? Do you
Defensive
think he
midfielders.
has?
Yeah.
So I always had this, sort of conversation. So at the end, you just need somebody who doesn't create conflicts, manage well changing rooms, and then,
To drive them in.
you know, yeah, and the players are, the football belongs to my overall take. Football belongs to players, and managers are just there not to screw up, I believe.
Tell
Sorry.
that
That's
to a
very
Liverpool
simply
fan,
put.
bro.
Yeah.
Huh? I
We
mean,
should
you
get
have
that
you
to him.
have managers that don't screw up, and then you have Mourinho who screw up everything,
Yeah. He's just waiting. Yep. So
right?
far, so good in Roma.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it's yeah, he didn't start very well, but yeah, great. That's fantastic. I'm happy. I'm happy for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. There's this one very interesting questions. Not
Yep.
sure, Antonio, if you follow the Turkish league,
yeah.
but what has happened to clubs like Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, and Besiktas? Is the
Uh,
Turkish league declining?
uh, I mean, declining. I believe Remy is referring to their impact in European competitions. I
Hmm.
believe we haven't seen them much lately.
Yeah.
Uh, well, for sure, I think at the European level, yeah, they have been declining. At national level, I don't follow them often, but I don't know. I'm just trying to think while I'm talking about if
Yeah. He's referring
you
to
know,
European level. At the European
yeah,
level. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. I believe, yeah, they have lost some sort of an edge. I don't
Yeah.
think they might have the level yet to reach decent positions for the Champions League, but I guess for the smaller competitions like Europa League or the Conference League, they could have the levels. I don't follow the league much, and I can't remember if there are any good players there. They used to be good players when there used to be some good money, but maybe that's not gonna happening right now.
Yeah. True. I don't follow that league as well, so can't really say at the moment. But of course, you remember very well all those strong teams, from Turkey. It's never easy to play in Turkey.
Correct.
In
Yeah.
Galatasaray, especially Fenerbahce, the supporters they have and all. Yeah, so
Yeah.
possibly
What
I
are
don't
you
yes.
know.
doing?
And okay, so Antonio, do you follow any
Yes.
other league besides the La Liga in Europe?
Well, I try to follow a little bit the the EPL.
Hmm.
So, well, and not surprised with the end results, and
Okay.
no, that's pretty much where all my efforts they go. I'm happy for AC Milan, unfortunately for you, uh, uh, and I will
Unfortunately, Ross.
no, but I will argument why I'm happy for AC Milan, because AC Milan went through something very similar of what Barcelona are going through nowadays.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
for as much as I don't support FC Barcelona, I would not like to see FC Barcelona 7 years, or I can't remember how many years AC Milan have been sort of like out of
10,
the
11,
10
11.
years, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to see FC Barcelona 10 years out of the spotlight because of financial or some management, club management issues. So I think it's good that they are back, regardless of the crazy Ibra being or taking all the spotlight. But no, I think that is good for Italian football. It's good for European football. Let's see what they do next year when they try to step up
Champions League.
in the European, in the European competitions. But no, EPL, Serie A little bit, and of course La Liga. Yeah,
Hmm. All right. Okay. Thanks a lot, Antonio, for your time to speak to us,
pleasure.
and everyone else as well for joining in this podcast as we round up European football in the season 2021-22. Um, we're gonna
Yeah,
build up.
great.
We're gonna build up soon on the next season, of course. But have a good break.
Yep.
Enjoy international football if you do enjoy and follow it while waiting for the World Cup to start, of course, which is
Exactly.
another heartbreak for me. But yes,
Did I just heard Anthony saying yes?
yeah, we share a certain rivalry.
Oh my god,
Let's
what
see.
rivalry is that?
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the World Cup. I say today at work that I'm pretty confident we might reach the last four. Spain,
Hmm. Okay.
Seriously?
hopefully. Yeah, I think we have a good generation. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
optimistic by birth,
Yeah.
so I don't
I'm
know.
optimistic that Holland might reach the final this time. You guys look very stunned,
Ni-
huh?
ni- nice to meet you, Joel.
That is very mean of you, man, Anto.
No, actually, I know. I remember where the conversation went, and it's because I was talking to one of my students, and he is from Holland, and I was I brought back the 2010 World Cup final versus Holland, and then
Holland.
he came back to me with the Brazil World Cup game where they trash us
Five
like
one.
uh, like rubbish, and I say, okay, maybe. He say, oh, I think Holland will do very well in Qatar, and I say, well, I think Spain is gonna do well in Qatar. But anyway, we'll see. It's November, right,
Yeah, November.
guys? Okay.
November,
Yeah,
December,
Yeah.
yeah.
it'll be very
Not bad,
interesting
bro.
Uh,
because in the middle of the season, I think it'll be very interesting to see how the big teams do.
Yeah, imagine if
So
some of these big ones get injured in the league. Oh,
yeah, so I'm
technical,
hoping for a surprise.
technical or logistic question for you guys. You might know this. Time wise, are they gonna be decent Singapore time or?
yeah.
Uh,
Decent Singapore time. I remember seeing it. So it's like probably like 8 p.m. kind of kickoff.
Yeah. Is it?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we should do some. We should do something.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we can probably meet up and watch the game.
Yeah,
Why not? Happy to do
completely
so.
neutral. Yeah, so I'm gonna be completely neutral this World Cup. No superstition.
You can be
So yes,
neutral for the next 10 years, Ross.
they Italy never dies.
He did, bro. He just did.
We
Oh,
just
that is
won the
funny.
Euros. We'll be back
Yeah,
someday.
man. Just one last question, Antonio. I think we'll take this up. I'll add one more. Do you ever
Yes.
see Pep managing Brazil or Jurgen Klopp managing Germany?
Uh,
Why not Pep managing Spain?
Yeah, that's why.
See you later, guys. Bye. Uh, no. Okay. Please, serious questions. Of course, Remy has a very good question, which is the Pep potentially managing Brazil. I think there were some conversations in the past. I think there was some interest. I think he went to Brazil and talked to Tite, and he was surrounded by in the training camp for a while. Uh, I don't see that happening, but of course, you never know. And the reason why I say this is because I watched an interview recently of Pep, which it was everything spinning around Messi and the possibility of him managing not Brazil but Argentina. They asked him in the interview, and he was saying like, "Look, there are amazing managers in Argentina, and Pep Guardiola is very happy here at Manchester City, and I don't think that will be ever an option. So I do believe that those could be exactly the same words that he could use if you ask him if he will ever manage Brazil. However, from the point of view of the spectator, I would absolutely love to see what he can do with Brazil or Argentina. You know, if he takes the challenge. I always thought of these super top managers. I always would like to ask them a question if I had a chance to be in front of them, which is like, why you don't get out of your comfort zone? Why instead of Manchester City, why you don't coach Crystal Palace? Let's see what you can do.
Yeah.
Or why you don't go to the Spanish La Liga? And of course, we cannot compare Crystal Palace with Brazil, right? That's very clear. I think that is a different conversation.
Yeah.
But I think there are some dots that could be connected when we say that it would be fantastic to see this kind of like super mega top managers taking challenges that nobody has taken before. Like, Pep, why you don't come to La Liga and manage Osasuna?
Or
Let's
Espanyol.
see. Oh no, Espanol no, because we will never be welcome to Espanol. But anyway, but I would you don't have to do it for the money because Osasuna will never pay you what Man City pays you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
will do it, and you will take the risk of doing amazingly well and maybe putting Osasuna top of the table, maybe not grabbing trophies, but top of the table, or maybe we will see that whenever you don't have the resources, and I'm talking about money,
Yep.
then your teams might not perform. So this is a question that if I had ever the chance to
Very good
be in front of,
question.
like, why guys get out of your comfort zone and
Yeah,
do something that nobody has done? Think about it. I
yeah.
can't think of any top manager doing this. Like, I don't see Mourinho going and managing, I don't know, Brescia, right? Is
Mm.
always is always a good team with whoever ownership, with whoever financial resources, blah blah blah. So I don't know, but
Yeah.
Remy, I would love Pep to manage Brazil. Why not?
Interesting point on Pep also, because Pep as a player once upon a time played for Brescia, and you mentioned
Correct,
Brescia, so
correct.
yeah. So
So
why not
yeah,
as a manager, right?
yeah. It's yeah, yeah. Yeah, I totally get it, but I don't know. Sometimes I think about, like, if I was a manager of that caliber, that super top, and someone that has won everything and have all the money in the world, I
Mm.
might decide to do something like this. Okay, maybe next year I'm gonna go to, I don't know, whatever minor league, or maybe a relevant league, and try to do something different with a mid-table team. It would be super cool, super
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. I
Yeah.
agree.
Anyway,
Yep,
I think that
that's
is
the
where we're going to wrap
conversation.
this up by saying that Jurgen Klopp did that. He took a mid-table Liverpool and now he make them champions. I just needed to say that.
Liverpool, still Liverpool, man.
get out of here, Joel. Get out of here.
All right, fellas. Thank you so much, man, Anto, for joining me and
My
Raz here
pleasure.
today. It's been
Thank
great.
you,
We will
Yes.
guys.
arrange something
Thanks.
for the World Cup. And guys out there watching, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Back Pass with Raz, and we will be back again next season. Till then, take a break, have a chill pill. Football is never saying die, just like how Italy is saying they were never dead, but they won't appear in the World Cup. Take care, guys. We'll see you all soon again.
Take care.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye
See you.
bye.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Bye bye.